Columbus, your station for news, weather, and traffic.
Good morning. I'm Kelsey Webb. Here's what's happening at 7:34. The college football playoff debuts this weekend, beginning tonight with Notre Dame hosting Indiana. Tomorrow, Penn State is home to SMU, Texas hosts Clemson, and then the Bucs host Tennessee at 8 for a chance to take on top-ranked Oregon in the Rose Bowl. We are favored by 7.5 points. Work has been done at the stadium for this cold December home game. It includes keeping the pipes from freezing and making sure hot water can get to the restrooms and concession areas. There's also an extensive snow removal plan in place just in case. Columbus-based Big Lots is completely shutting down after an acquisition deal fell through. Going out of business sales will start soon at all remaining store locations. Layoffs of more than 500 employees at the Columbus headquarters will begin by the end of the month. A bill that would classify sextortion as a criminal offense in Ohio is headed to Governor DeWine's desk. Braden's Law is in honor of an Olentangy High School student who took his own life after being pressured to share inappropriate photos online. Tomorrow is the first day of winter, which is also the shortest day and longest night of the year. In sports, Jackets beat the New Jersey last night, and the Browns are at the Bengals this Sunday. Storm Team 4 meteorologist McKenna King says scattered snow showers, a high of 38 today, partly cloudy, and 30 tomorrow. And that's what's happening on this Friday morning. I'm Kelsey Webb on the WNCI Morning Zoo.
Live from Urban Meyer's Pine House in Dublin, it's our show. Thank you for coming. We're going to give away tickets to the game in a couple minutes. Everyone who shows up gets a raffle ticket. That's how we're going to do it.
All right.
I mean, there was a time like who could drink the most, and then the FCC got involved. But now it's just random. So we're in Dublin, about 2 blocks north of the Circle of Death. So if you get through the roundabout, you can come here and have a good time. What do you have for us, Mr. Jimmy?
Ohio State Alumni Band. What do they have for us?
Drop the music and let's get some music. Wonderful.
Awesome.
It's truly a pleasure to live where we do. If any other place in America, you'd be playing, I don't know, some of the music we play. Some of the music we play. And then come in, here's the marching band. You get laughed out of the place. This is like, oh, the marching band's going to be there.
And this gets me pumped up for the game. I mean, I got to be honest. I had a little bit of the Michigan hangover. And
you
trouble.
Did?
I did. I still do.
Who doesn't?
Right.
Still.
I know. So that gets you hear that, though. You want to be in the stadium, ready to go, pumped up.
We can actually talk a little sports for a moment.
Yes.
We're not an X's and O's show, and even though Jimmy thinks he knows how to run it, he doesn't. So we'll bring in someone who at least has had experience around the team. Hi.
So Jared Smalley from NBC4. What's up, bud?
Morning.
So, first of all, go ahead and plug your show. You got a show tonight, right, about the game?
Big Ohio football show tonight, 7:30. We're going to break down Ohio State, Tennessee in a bizarre manner.
On NBC4?
Yes.
Okay, I thought you were saying you were at the Funny Bone this weekend. You got a show? You got a Netflix special?
I'm opening tonight.
Okay, cool.
I got 5 minutes, 5 tight minutes.
So what should we know about Tennessee?
Tennessee is good, not elite. Tennessee can run the ball very well. They're a run-first team, which is not what you'd expect from Tennessee with their coaching staff. You'd think they'd throw it all over the place. They don't. They run it first because they trust it more. And their running back was the SEC Player of the Year, Dylan Sampson. Really, really good player. He will make Ohio State work for it. I think this game comes down to defense. Both sides. Who stops the other? They're both elite.
That's what we thought last game, too.
Exactly. How'd that work?
Yeah.
I blacked out for about 3 hours.
We thought we'd score more than 10 points.
That was bizarre. Well, I think that's the problem, right? If you're an Ohio State fan and you come into the game and you're like, you know what, I trust our guys to make a plan. coming off the game 3 weeks ago, I don't know that you have the trust to say, we'll make a great plan.
No, I don't trust him anymore. I've been saying that for 3 weeks. I don't trust the coach anymore.
Well, when you come through the news conferences this week and they're talking about the uncertainty at key positions, right? At guard, it's like a rotating buffet of guys who are going to be playing
right?
guard. They don't know who the kicker is going to be. There's stuff going into a playoff game that you're like, man, I don't feel great about that. But on the other side of it, okay, you got Jeremiah Smith, you got Emeka Egbuka, you got guys who are incredible that everybody would love to have. Just give them the football. You got to figure out how they get it to them.
And these guys that they're throwing in, like, oh, this guy might be our guard this week.
Hey, we're getting applause for throwing them the football.
You people are correct with the controversial notion that Jeremiah Smith should get the ball. Okay. Right? That is highly, highly hot take.
But these guys that we're throwing in on the line, they're 4- and 5-star guys too.
They're very talented.
What's his name? Joe Montgomery. What's Montgomery's first name?
So you've got Montgomery at left guard. It's Luke
right, but
Montgomery.
I remember when Luke Montgomery. I remember when he signed with the Buckeyes. How excited we were. And these guys aren't crappy that were sticking on that line.
No, they're guys that everybody wanted, right? It's the issue of can you develop them, right?
Yeah.
Now Luke Montgomery might be a little early in his development still as a younger player, but he is talented. There's no denying that.
Yeah.
He's a guy that can move people against their will. So that is the biggest thing, right? You got to have people who want to move people who don't want to get moved. They've got people like that, but can you do it in coordination together, running the offense, making the adjustments you need to make? That's where Seth McLaughlin was such a loss for this team at center, able to get them in the right play, able to make adjustments, a very bright player, an experienced player. You don't have that right now. So you have to make adjustments in different ways.
Come on, dude. What do you think we're going to do? Do you think we have a shot at winning
I think
this?
Ohio State's going to win the game.
Well, that's what I wanted to hear.
But I think they're going to do it in a way that people aren't accustomed to seeing. I think they're going to play really great defense and probably score in that 21 to 24 range. With Ryan Day offense, you're accustomed to 40, 45 points, even in big games. Remember Georgia a few years ago. They put up a ton of points. I don't think this is the way that plays out.
I think the Michigan game will scare Ryan Day and wake him up so much you'll see a wide open offense.
That's what I think everybody's hoping for, and I think there's a chance that's correct.
I'm telling you, man, we're going to beat them by 2 to 3 touchdowns.
Oh, shut up.
We are.
How about that?
No, the Friday before Michigan.
See?
Ohio State 41, Michigan 14.
No.
I will not forget that as long as I live.
He's going to come out of the gates throwing the ball and throwing it deep, and we are going to get up early, and it's going to be they're fairly one-dimensional, right? Tennessee?
They definitely run it better than they throw it. They can throw it. They have some valuable weapons outside, but generally they want to run it first because they trust their run more.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm telling you,
Jared,
dude.
I don't gamble professionally, but why not? Who do I got tonight? Do I have the Hoosiers or the Catholics?
Well, I was just showing Jimmy. There's some video this morning from South Bend. It is snowing.
Snowing like crazy there right now.
A lot.
Oh, if I'm a past crazy team, that's not good.
No, it's not great. And
but it's snowing in Bloomington too. They're used to the cold weather.
Exactly right. It's not like it's a culture shock to anybody there. But I just think when you look at the matchup, I think Notre Dame's been on an absolute heater this season.
Right.
I trust them more at home than I trust Indiana.
I've got this gambling thing on my iPhone. What do I say? Who's winning?
What's the spread on the Irish?
No.
A touchdown.
A touchdown take.
Yeah, take it.
Do you think it's funny how people are saying, well, Ryan Day, and I get this part. If Ryan Day loses tomorrow, he's done. I get it. I get that now. But I've heard a lot of people say, we should bring Marcus Freeman in. I'm like, so you want to hire the guy we just beat 2 years in a row?
And who just signed a massive new contract.
Yeah, we'd have to buy all that out.
People, look, when you think about all of them, the numbers that go into this stuff and the amount of money you're going to have to pay on the front end and the back end to make a change like that, you're talking about an extraordinary investment, even for the richest athletic department in America. That is a lot to ask.
Yeah.
So, but on the other hand, it's not like the complaints are invalid. There's some real concerns there.
I think he's gone. If he loses tomorrow, he's gone. I
think it would put them in a really tough spot. I'll tell you this. I think tomorrow is one of the most consequential games at Ohio State in maybe 20 years.
I did too. I was thinking that today because I'm like, if let's say he loses, let's say we lose tomorrow and they fire Ryan Day, and half of the team just bolts for the transfer portal.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Then it could kill this program for 5 years.
That is an extraordinary point because the stakes are so much higher now than they've ever been in terms of player flexibility, what they can do in their careers, what coaches can do. So much can change if the vibes are bad.
Yeah.
And the vibes aren't great. unless you get it done tomorrow and you go make a real run.
But the good news is I think we're going to smoke them tomorrow.
That's right.
I think this team's going all the way. I really do.
We're going to blank Michigan. We couldn't possibly forget the score.
You know what?
At the wake-up call.
Put that in the rearview mirror, dude. This team's going to win 4 games in a row and win it all. Because we're going to go out to the Rose Bowl, and we will beat Oregon in the Rose Bowl. That's going to be a spectacle, isn't it?
I think
if we get
here's
there.
what I tell you. If you go to the Rose Bowl, and I've said this a million times, and it's cool, man, but like if Ohio State's in the Rose Bowl playing Oregon, I know tickets are expensive. I know times are tough in that regard. I'm telling you, if you're going to go to one bowl game in your life, I personally would rather go to the Rose Bowl than go to the national championship game.
It's a spectacle,
no matter
right?
The Rose Bowl is the all-time undisputed GOAT, hands down, case closed. It's like you marched in the parade.
No, when I was in the band, we didn't get there.
But have you been to the parade?
Yeah, I've been to the parade.
The parade is insane.
Yeah.
And then there's a football game.
Yeah. You're tired, though, by the time you get to the damn game.
It's a long freaking day.
But that's me. I bitch about everything. I got to go this early to the parade.
Really?
I've never heard this. This feels...
Jared
this
Smalley
false.
with us from NBC4. He shifted and upgraded his job a couple years ago. You were in sports. And it was fun. And you can go to parties, and everybody'd say, hey, Smalley, what's up?
I used to mop floors.
And now
empty trash.
Do you go to parties and they say, well, what school's going to be closed?
Yeah, exactly right.
What's going on?
Yeah, but they still let you do...
How about that budget meeting?
But I'm saying it's a different game.
But yeah, the cool thing is I'm getting a really cool opportunity to do both.
Yeah.
I love what I'm doing. I love who I'm doing this work with. Our team's awesome. I sit next to Matt every day. Matt Barnes, one of my best friends on earth. The fact that we're kind of like we're back together again, got the band back together.
Yeah.
Jen Bullock and I do the show every day. We have an absolute blast together. And I still get to do some sports stuff. I still host the shows every week. I still work with the team every week. So I kind of get if my bosses find out how big I'm gaming the system right now and just getting to do all the stuff I want to do.
Well, your bosses, where are your bosses? In Boston? They don't even know they have a TV station here.
This is a good point. My bosses.
Yeah,
where do they live? Not here. But yeah, I mean, it's a great gig, and we're having a blast doing it.
Jimmy, we got a break. Do you want to draw for one of these tickets here after the break?
That, and we have Mike Nugent in the house, and we'll talk to him next, too.
Okay. Stick around. A quick break, no song. This is WNCI. Delete. No, I